Okay, hi, I'm Josh. Yeah, I'm Josh. I'm trying out Shadowplay and camera, new microphone, lots of stuff. It's weird. I bought a new computer, so trying out new stuff. For funsies, I'm playing Minecraft? Yes, I'm playing Minecraft right now. Um, hmm. Shadowplay seems to be working. Sorry about this, but I do want to send a message here. And I've sort of got my microphone on top of my keyboard. Yeah. Okay, so this is my base in Minecraft. I've currently got night vision on because I've got blood armor on. I think I'm going to go... hello. You're not supposed to be there. I'm actually going to go through the nearby area with you and the stuff I've got in my inventory right now. Well, not the rotten flesh. Let's dump this. Right, good. Right, this is the portal I've taken to go to my base. A few months ago, I started playing Minecraft, and what's this? Okay, yeah, it's still recording. Just checking. A few months ago, I started playing Minecraft here. I mean, I've been playing for about a year now in total, but a few months ago, I started playing on this server, and then I left for a while. Now I'm coming back, and I've been rediscovering a few things. I've also discovered that certain magic mods start losing track of your identity when you start changing your name. My name used to be Joshua Zed, but since we've got Zed the Dead, a cute reference, on our server, I decided to change my name to Joshua Sweetvale, which is me, yes, that's me right now. I'm actually going to open my inventory and show you my skin, even without my armor. So this is who I essentially am. That's sort of what I look like, I guess. Yeah, I've also got some nice gloves on. I'll show you those in a second. I think this episode I want to go over my inventory, what I've got in my inventory with you, and maybe this thing. Let's start with this thing. Okay, you may or may not know about Thaumcraft. Thaumcraft is a mod where you use alchemy, essentially. Beware, zombies in a void hole, yeah. I've recently come across some sinister nodes, which are nodes that are evil and spawn zombies. The glowy things are nodes. You got some smaller black glowy things, and there's this giant hungry node, which I've tamed. I think I tamed it just before I left the game. Now what this thing does is it sucks up stuff. And I don't know if these zombies are adding to the magic contained within the nodes, but they might be. I can actually go use my my thermometer to check, which is essentially a magic meter. I've already scanned the zombies. They contain a lot of not so great aspects, and this aura node has a lot of magic in it, as you can see. I don't want to get too close, because then I won't be able to get back out. And I probably won't die to the damage there, but I won't be able to get back out, which is arguably a fate worse than death. The fun thing about these hungry nodes is the more stuff you feed them, I don't know if mobs count, but the more stuff you feed them, the more magic they possess. And as I might show you later, that's good for Thaumcraft, because I want to wield that magic with my wand. Yeah, there's another node here, and I'm going to sacrifice this and that one to the hungry node at some point as well, but not quite yet. This portal is built with Mistcraft, which is like the game Myst, magical books, transferring, teleporting people from one place to another, sometimes even crafted worlds. But we have some moratoriums on that, because if you start creating too many dimensions, the server's going to buckle. So, yeah. It's okay, because we got a free server. I'm not complaining about that. Still, I created a beautiful magic world back in the day, so I would love to at some point create my own custom world. I might do that in single player at some point. But before we go into my base, and yes, those are two greater demons holding watch, I'm going to go over my inventory. First off is this Zavicchio sword. It is made up of an indestructible metal, and it does a ridiculous amount of damage, and it is enchanted with sharpness, looting, soulbound, which means when I die I don't lose this thing, and vampirism, so when I hit someone I get health back, which is incredibly useful. I got this Terra Shatterer, which I'm going to show to you guys right now, but that's part of Botania, which is essentially a mod of magic flowers and mana. Now, not a lot of magic mods actually use the entire mana concept from RPGs, this one does. Now, you saw that when I powered this thing up. I'm going to show you in just a sec what it does. Right now, let's go back here with lava. I don't have much of a problem with lava, and as I'm going to show you in just a moment. I did catch fire there, but nothing happened. Let's actually go see all this stuff. I did this at some point, usually with a Terra Shatterer. There was a previous demonstration that went awry because Fraps isn't quite as good as Shadowplay. I'm just knocking this because if this recording goes through, then Shadowplay is better than Fraps. So I've currently activated my Terra Shatterer. Well, normally it's just, you know, a pickaxe. It does get refueled with mana, and it can be upgraded from S rank to SS rank, even higher. That's not a Nazi reference, that's a Lyrical Manoa reference, because rank inflation is quite a thing. Yeah, you can get incredibly powerful weapons if you feed exorbitant amounts of mana into them. That's mostly just a Terra Shatterer. It's also upgraded by the ring I'm wearing, because you can wear armor and baubles with mods. The Ring of the Aesir is incredible. It's made up of 3 different rings. The Ring of Loki, which does something I'm going to explain at some other video. The Ring of Thor, which makes this thing more powerful. And the Ring of Odin, which gives me 10 more health. Now, as you can see, I have green hearts. I have 40 health, and runic shielding over that. Now, the hearts I have can be seen in this tab. I got 10 red heart canisters and 10 yellow heart canisters. Green ones aren't implemented yet. I've also got a knapsack with some extra items, and some mining gloves which have haste on them. Why am I dallying with using this thing to its full potential? I'm just going to show you in just a moment. First off, I want to discuss this ender pouch. Now, I got some iron, I got some gold, I got some cobblestone and redstone. I'm dumping it in here, and it's vanishing. That's because this pouch is connected. It has the same inventory as a ender chest, and that one is hooked into my AE system, which is a system of essentially an internet for items. And everything gets sucked out of that ender chest and into my item internet bank thing. So it's really useful. It does require a lot of energy to keep going, but I've got a solution for that as well. But that's for the next video when I'm going to show you my base. I think my base video is going to be split into 2 parts as well. Okay, let's have a look at my Sigil of Holding. Now this is blood magic. Same thing as my armor. The amusing thing is, because I changed my name, some of this blood magic stuff, not the sigil but the armor, is still registered to my old name and my old blood network, which is just as I've essentially temporarily got 2 giant blood networks to power my my exploits. Okay, this sigil is a sigil of holding, which means it holds 5 different sigils. First one is the sigil of haste. When you use it, you get haste too. You go a lot faster, and you fly ridiculously fast. It doesn't allow you to fly, but if you do fly, it goes faster. Okay, Sigil of Magnetism. Oops, Sigil of Magnetism. When something drops, even far away, it gets taken to you immediately. Nice to keep things from falling into lava. I'm just gonna drop this Minitio Essence. That's sort of what this sword is made of, only ridiculous amounts of it. Okay, yeah. The Sigil of Magnetism lets items that are far away get pulled to you. It does require a bit of blood each time, and does sip a bit of blood whenever it's active, but I've got plenty of blood, and I'll show you that. I think in my 3rd video, yeah. Yeah, I'm still recording. I still keep thinking, oh, it's at the bottom of the screen. Yeah, it's at the bottom of the screen, not at the bottom of the Minecraft screen, because I'm recording just my desktop, which is questionable, but I don't mind. Okay, that's the 2nd sigil. The 3rd sigil is the Sigil of the Fast Miner. Now, I'm actually going to activate all three of these sigils at once, because this gives me mining 2, which means ridiculous speeds, as you can see. Yeah? Now, I said that this thing gets made more powerful with the ring and then the S ranks and that sort of nonsense. I don't mean it makes it faster. That's what the Haste 2 does. For this next demonstration, I'm actually going to activate the Sigil of Suppression. Now, what that does, any nearby fluid, such as, say, lava or water, gets pushed away. It comes back when I leave, but as long as this expensive sigil is activated, I still have a ridiculous amount more than what this sigil can offer me. The water and other fluids are just pushed away. It's a lot of fun. And finally, there's this sigil, the Sigil of Elemental Affinity, which gives me immunity to lava and other fire attacks. It gives me water breathing, which is nice. And it also lets me survive fall damage. Then again, I don't need 2 of these, because my armor is currently equipped to make me immune to falling. No, my armor is currently equipped to make me immune to fire, and I think the Angel Ring is also makes one immune to fall damage. That one, as well as the sword and the pickaxe, and my portal gun, are all soulbound. That means when I die, I don't lose them, which is really useful because, you know, you don't want to lose these important things when you go hunting for your item that you dropped. But yeah, I do have a portal gun. It acts exactly as you would expect a portal gun to act. It's a portal gun from the game Portal. It makes 2 portals, one of each type. I've also named it so it's different from other portals on the server. I think that's how it works. Not entirely certain. But yeah, this is how these sigils work. Now I'm burning 3 of these sigils. I might as well also add this sigil so that the lava stays away. Because I'm going to activate the Terror Shatter at full power right now. You kneel and you right-click to activate or deactivate it. But this is going to take mana, but my base has got a nice supply of mana, and the mana mirror is connected to a pool of mana in my base, and that pool is getting constantly refilled, as I will show you later on, I think, the second or third video. Right, this is what I can do with this, okay? With everything turned on, it's going to be ridiculous. I'm actually not going to be able to pick it all up. I've got a means and way to do that at some point, but look at this. I will never, ever run out of resources. Look at this. This is absurd. Look at this. It's insane. Right. The game's going to almost basically bug out at this point, so I'm just going to run away from my own resources. I don't need all this stuff. That's the joke. I can always come back later, I guess. But see, all this stuff gets sucked up into my inventory? That's the sigils. Yeah, that's the power of Blood Magic, Botania, and other mods all combining into making one freakishly powerful pickaxe. But most of the digging stuff, that's just plain Botania. It's incredible. You'll never be wanting for resources again. It does mean that the area around my base is a giant set of caverns, and I'm wondering if a few newbies have actually stumbled upon that. If you guys have, do let me know. Preferably in the comments of YouTube, because, you know, money. Well, I'm not monetizing this, but, you know, popularity is nice. Okay, let's have a look. I got, oh yeah, might as well show this while we're back in the bayou. This is a Thaumcraft staff. Thaumcraft is alchemy. You can deconstruct items either by researching or just physically tearing them apart in a furnace. And then you can do stuff like this. That's a portable hole, like in Dungeons and Dragons. If you swing this wand at something, you can make a hole straight to any exit whenever the hell you like. You can basically go through walls with this thing, and through mountains if you feel like. Let me just give it a try. Yep. It's freaking awesome. It's awesome. That's my 1-1 focus. It's been heavily enchanted to be able to go that far, but it does also take a lot of magic to do so. Yeah, as you can see in the top left corner, you got 6 different types of magic. And, well, this wand is incredible because not only is it the staff, which means it's bigger, but it also recharges this stuff once it gets like really low, under 25, I think. It recharges it slowly, so I'll never really run out of this stuff. You can also see a little magic wand and a little pickaxe and shovel there. That's the amount of different aspects something possesses. Every single item I've scanned has different kinds of aspects. I think I might actually be able to scan my Zavicchio sword at this point. Though I'm not entirely sure. I'm sure yes, it has a lot of different aspects, as you can see. That's how that works. And you can use that research with the Thaumonomicon to purchase all sorts of different things to research. Researching itself is a nice little mini-game. And then you can essentially build stuff to make your magic items. It's a nice little process. It's wonderful. Okay, what else do I got? I showed you the thermometer. Portal gun, I showed you this. Oh yeah, this is one interesting piece of Thaumcraft technology. Magical technology, of course. It is a talisman of nourishment. What it does is it auto-feeds you. Whenever you have food in your inventory next to it, or really anywhere, but probably next to it, it automatically fills your food up, which is really handy. I've also got the Fruit of Grisaya, which is a Botania legendary item, just like the Rings of the Aesir, which refills your inventory when you eat it, which refills your food when you eat it. But it doesn't do it automatically, though, and the talisman does not actually consider the Fruit of Grisaya food. So I've actually decided to just go with Steak and the Talisman of Nourishment, so I don't need to think about it anymore. Another thing the Void Aspected Primal Staff does is that it fuels my Runic Shielding. Now each of these items has +5 Runic Shielding, which is quite a lot. I could add up to +10, I think, or +11, but that causes Stack Overflow errors, so I'm not going to bother. But one of my long-term projects is adding +10 Runic Shielding to each of these armors, which means essentially the damage my shielding takes is further halved. Now, shielding isn't even everything, because the shielding gets broken often enough. It's like a first layer, and then they still need to go through my 40 health, as I've explained before. There's also this Ring of Far Reach, which means whenever, even from a long distance away, I can already place and take blocks. Well, in combination with the Sigil of Magnetism anyway, which is real good for building, and also good for like mining and attacking stuff. Because look, it still works on a pickaxe, which is incredible. I don't know if actually it works for a weapon, but we shall see. But yeah, I love the Ring of Far Reach. I might replace it with something else at some point, but I do love the Ring of Far Reach. My armor is currently all sorts of nonsense. It's got night vision on the legs. It needs to be rebuilt at some point because it's halfway redundancies and halfway way too overpowered. I want to change it a little bit. I've got some other armors in my armory that I'm going to show you in the second or third video. Beyond this is my Powerfist. It's essentially an Omni tool. It has a ability to have shears. It has a hoeing ability. It can throw light sources around. It has a wrench function. It can access. It can modify the Omni. It can modify itself and other pieces of power armor. It has a. This is you'll enjoy this. It has a plasma cannon. Yep, that actually blows stuff up. It has a railgun, which does not blow stuff up, but it has an incredible amount of damage. But if you overuse it, look on the medium right, it has a heat meter. So if you overuse it, you get burned. Thankfully, burning doesn't damage me anymore at this point. But you've also got these saws. You can launch these things. And they can actually clip off pieces of foliage, which is incredibly useful if you want to go look for that. And finally, it has a teleporter, which does exactly what you think it does. Which is nice. I should use that more often. Actually, yeah, I should use that more often. Well, let's check out the other stuff. Wand of the Forest and the Yeta Wrench are essentially just tools. I'll explain the Mana Mirror is just a relay to a mana pool that's inside there. The Builder's Wand is interesting because it lets you create whole lines of blocks simultaneously if you're building stuff. I might not actually need that at this point, so I'm actually going to drop that into my ender pouch, see it vanish. This HyperEnergetic Nitro is amusing because it lets you be a light source. It turns you yourself into a nice little light source. Since I've always got night vision on, I tend to neglect the prominence of light and darkness in this kind of game. So I sort of haven't really illuminated my base very well. So that's one of the things I'm going to do when I'm going to retool my armor. I'm going to take out the old blood orb so I can actually power it with my own blood network. And I'm also going to make sure it doesn't have night vision or fire protection because those are both wasted on me. Beyond that, I've currently got a spell crystal in my hand. I'll show you what it does at some point. I think that's going to be the coup de grace for this video. I've explained the angel wings. This tainted blood pendant is a ring that drains a lot of mana, but it does give you regeneration too. So if I'm ever going to go into a tough boss fight, I'm obviously going to put that thing on. I've got a divination sigil, actually 2 divination sigils, which does the same thing as I've got currently on my top left corner. It shows me how much blood I've got in my blood network for blood magic. Finally, there's the, like I said, the Soul Armor Forge, which can be used to create this bound armor, but I'm going to have to do some more work on that. And the Lexica Britannia, which is essentially a recipe book just like the Thaumanomicon, but for Britannia. Like, for this thing instead of for this thing. Right, finally, we're going to show you the Blood Crystal. You see this giant pillar of objects? This is a spell. I have assembled it outside because I'm experimenting with it. I was experimenting with it when I left. So let's have a look at what it does. Let's go back downstairs. Actually, let's go back downstairs. I think this is the portal I used. It is. Weird. Okay, that's the portal I got. Okay, so what this thing does is it is essentially the same thing as the pickaxe. It is essentially the same thing as the pickaxe. It's slightly buggier, but it is ridiculously more powerful. And it can also be weaponized, of course. This is just one possible spell out of a lot of different spells. So I certainly enjoy using this thing. However, I don't enjoy the mess it leaves behind. Right, let's get back out of here. Yay! This thing does suck you in slowly. I'm hoping for these. Oh, I'm hoping for these. Oh, these. What's it called again? The sinister nodes to be absorbed into the hungry node, not physically because that'll destroy them, but to just be drained of their magic. But that doesn't seem to be happening, so I might want to move them closer at some point. Some point being after these first few videos. Still recording, yay. I've basically shown you. Oh no. One thing I haven't shown you yet was what was in my backpack. Sigil of the Whirlwind is interesting because it does the same thing as the Wand Focus of Distortion. It is an AT field. Nah, not really. I mean, the description on the Wand Focus is I'm not an angel, but anyway, it deflects projectiles. It makes sure projectiles like arrows rarely ever hit you. Further, there's Ender Severance, which prevents Endermen from teleporting. And I've got some stuff that isn't sigils, like a simple sleeping bag, a Pokeball, I mean, Safari Net. Don't sue this mod maker. Got something in my eye. Weird. Yeah, I definitely got something in my eye. Sorry about that. Interesting. And finally, I got a linking book to the I'm just going to pause the video after this. I got a linking book to the Overworld, which is a book that, when you read it, just like this other Mistcraft stuff, when you read it, it teleports you back home. Which is real nice when you're stuck in, like, the nether or something. I'm going to pull this contact lens out of my eye now. So I hope you've enjoyed the summary, and we're going to actually go into my base in the next video. See ya. Hope this works.